How many of you enjoy the convenience of fast food? And how many of you typically watch TV once you get home from work or school? These are life choices I made too, and for a long time I wasn't living my best life. I had low energy, low stamina, and I just simply wasn't as healthy as I could have been. I personally experienced the negative consequences of neglecting my diet and neglecting to get adequate exercise. But over the past 5 years, I've done my best to educate myself on the importance of proper nutrition and regular exercise, and I'm now enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle. Healthy eating habits and regular exercise are very important, and your quality of life will suffer without them. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what exercise is and how much you need, and then I'm going to talk about how healthy eating and better habits can make a big impact on your health. And then finally, I'm going to talk about the benefits of healthy eating and exercise and why you should incorporate them into your life. Regular exercise doesn't need to be painful or difficult. It might actually be easier than you would think. It looks a little different for everyone, but usually a good indicator of exercise is an elevated heart rate. But this does vary a little among ages. If you like to track your heart rate and you're around the age of 20, you'll want your target heart rate to be between 100 and 170 beats per minute. But for a 60-year-old, that's a little different, as their heart rate only needs to reach 80 to 135 for adequate exercise. It's very easy to look at others and be intimidated by how they exercise. There are people out there scaling mountains, running half marathons, and screaming as they lift weights on the other side of the gym. But don't be intimidated, and it's not an excuse to not exercise. Exercise is often made out to be harder than it is, and that's why most people fail to get adequate exercise. But there are consequences to that choice. Neglecting to get proper exercise can lead to an increased risk of heart attack. You will see an elevated heart rate, blood pressure, a drop in your energy and your stamina, which can make everyday life more difficult than it needs to be. But keeping yourself in shape can be as easy as making time for a 30-minute brisk walk in the evening, or going to the gym a few times and making sure you lift weights throughout the week. The President's Council for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in 2019 recommended that adults get 150 to 300 minutes of exercise per week of moderate intensity, or 75 to 100 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise per week. This is an excellent goal, but many people struggle to hit the 150-minute mark. If that is currently an unrealistic goal for you, you might be better off setting small goals, because some exercise is better than none. Oaklander of Time magazine in 2015 quoted the B&J arguing that this is the problem with our exercise recommendations. They are simply set just far too high to motivate the people who need it the most. Small exercise goals can still reap many health benefits. And regardless of your current level of fitness, it is important that you make appropriate goals and ensure that you get adequate exercise. You can be creative, whether that's joining a club to get you fit, taking on a new hobby, try your hand at gardening, or simply just make a deliberate effort to go to the gym a few times a week. All that matters mostly is that you make a conscious choice to get your heart beating and to strengthen your body. Now that I'm done talking about what exercise is and how much you need, I'm going to talk about how healthy eating and better habits can make a big impact on your health. The USA is the land of fast food, and some people feel as though it's impossible to maintain a healthy diet here. The President's Council of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in 2017 stressed the importance of adults eating a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, low-fat dairy, and healthy oils. All of that's incredibly important, and it's also important that you don't eat too much. They continue in saying that unhealthy eating habits can contribute to the obesity epidemic we are currently experiencing in America. 1/3 of adults here are obese, as well as 17% of children ranging from the age of 2 to 19. Unhealthy eating habits are also associated with major health risks. It can lead to diabetes, obesity, it can deprive your body of vital nutrients and vitamins, and can all eventually cause illness that could potentially lead to death. So what can you do? Well, you can create a big impact through small changes in your diet to lead to a healthier life. Different ways of accomplishing this are through meal prepping, which is where you set time aside every week to prepare healthy meals, and you can store them either in your fridge or freezer so that you always have a healthy option available for you. If you lack the time or are not really sure how to get started with that, some people find elimination a more positive way of finding healthier alternatives. Some people make the choice to cut out unhealthy foods altogether, whether that's making a choice not to go to fast food restaurants or deciding to avoid sugar as much as possible. That is a much more drastic approach though, and some people find it very hard to stick to. If you're trying to find a happy medium, I'd suggest try substitution. Yes, you can still have your cheeseburger, but instead of ordering french fries and a soda with it, I suggest you take the time to order a side salad and a tea or water instead, and find a happy medium in between healthy and indulging yourself here and there. No matter your situation, there are options for everyone, and there's really no excuse to not make some small change to improve your diet. Katie from Environmental Nutritional Magazine in 2018 said, "What often gets overlooked is that data shows that just by making a small change in eating habits, like realistic reductions in caloric intake, are enough to bring about meaningful improvements in health measures. There are many steps you can and should take, no matter how impossible it may seem. You can take the smallest of steps and start today in improving your diet." Now that I'm done talking about how healthy eating and better habits can make a big impact on your health, I'm going to talk about the benefits of healthy eating and exercise and why you should incorporate them into your life. Exercise and diet impact the entire course of your life. These are not just mere suggestions that you should pass by the wayside. These are things you need to be aware of and be able to use to preserve your quality of life as the years go on and we all inevitably begin to age. Chart of Nutrition Action Health Letter in 2018 said that in our late 30s and 40s, we lose up to a quarter pound of muscle a year. For some, this can just mean less golfing or lighter yard work. But for others, it can mean an increased risk of falls, which can lead to dependency on family members or caregivers just to get through the day. Exercise and diet, though, can help stem these losses. Wu from Cells magazine in 2019 also adds that in addition to muscle preservation, exercise and diet may positively affect cardiovascular risk factors like body weight, blood pressure, and heart function. I could go on and on listing the benefits, but I unfortunately lack the time. But I cannot stress enough the importance of including exercise and diet in our lives. I hope that it is obvious to you that we should all be pursuing a healthy life through the use of exercise and healthy eating. We exercise to give ourselves a strong body, and we want to fuel that body with the best fuel that we possibly can. Healthy eating and exercise go hand in hand. Yes, you can technically have one without the other, but your results will most likely be disappointing in comparison to what you could achieve when you pair the two together. Now that I'm done talking about the benefits of healthy eating and exercise and why you should incorporate them into your life, I'd like to take a moment to review my points. Healthy eating and exercise are important, and without them, your quality of life will suffer. In explaining this today, I've talked about what exercise is and how much you need, and then I talked about how healthy eating and better habits can make a big impact on your health. And then finally, I talked about the benefits of healthy eating and exercise and why you should incorporate them into your life. Whether or not you answered yes or no to the questions I asked you earlier, there are always areas that we as individuals can improve upon. I'd like to challenge you to take a step with me and make a change in your life today. Perhaps that goal could look something like not watching TV once you get home, but instead taking the time to cook a healthy meal or go out for a brisk walk. I urge you to take the information I've given you today and apply it to your life immediately. We should all be striving for long, happy, healthy lives. A healthy diet and regular exercise are clearly two of the most important things that will help us all achieve that. Thank you.